You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the July 15th meeting for the LaPorte County budget hearings. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, I'd like to resume the budget workshops previously recessed for lunch. Let's start with IT.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
You've been here the whole time.
I know.
All right. Looks like the salaries are generally flat. Get into 200s and 300s. Computer supplies is, you're asking for $19,100 increase. Is that just based on prospective spend for what you've got going this year? What's driving that?
Just, well, with working with Mark and stuff, we're trying to get the printer stuff back in line for standardization so I can then again start buying the cartridges for any network printer. If it's a desktop printer that they just go by, I don't supply any maintenance or toner or anything for that stuff.
Okay.
With that, and then, you know, after the flood, we lost a lot of our supplies in the flood that didn't get replaced. So, you know, I replaced what I could last year out of my budget and got some things done with the server racks and whatnot. But, you know, we just haven't been able to build any. I mean, right now we're, whatever computer we get back in, you know, we piece them apart and to make it work temporarily for another department until, you know, they can try to stretch theirs out. We utilize it for all that.
Okay.
Can you, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you, on those, regarding those printer things that we talked about yesterday, can you put together, you know, if all they want is a little desktop printer?
Yes, I will
This
get
is
that to you.
this is the model. These are what you can choose from.
Yep.
You got this model if you need a scanner thing, this and that, or if they just need a scanner, maybe they just get a
Desktop scanner, yeah.
you know, the whatchamacallit, the one I
Find out.
like I got at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And say these are the ones.
I can do that.
Well,
I don't necessarily control them. So, you know, if they buy something else, I
but
have to
they're
make it
even
work.
they're even smirking behind you, like Darlene doesn't control.
Mr. Yagelski.
I know, you're very...
I guess, Mr. Novak and the rest of the council, I would hope that if we're going to go that direction, that we look into getting rid of the larger printers to substitute for that. I mean, we don't want to start another program.
Right. This isn't an open thing to.
No, I know. Hopefully, we're going to look at this whole thing the proper way, because we don't necessarily need a $20,000 one. We can buy the $5,000 with some little offshoots of that.
Yeah.
And the copiers have came down, the bigger copiers, a lot. We do try to only maintain one of those in each office. But if there's specialized printing, like with voters, the cards that they print can't be printed on the copier, so we have a different standard printer just for that stuff. If it's on thicker paper or something to that effect.
Basically a powerhouse type project, right? Something that's going to be, you know, finished, stapled, collated, all the stuff that goes
Yep.
with it. Okay. Anything else regarding computer supplies? Employee education and training. You're jumping from 15,000 to 28,809, which is very.
So let me, I didn't actually enter these numbers, Brandy did, from the auditor's office. And she's just going on 5%. Computer supplies, we talked about, I'm okay with leaving the 15,000 on education for now. I would like to go to 20 since we are covering some of our own costs for conferences and trainings. If, you know, the commissioners are gonna not cover that anymore. This training is training I buy security awareness training for all of our employees. Everybody has to take it every year. I have also purchased educational training for all of our employees, and that's getting put into place right now to where their department heads or elected officials can assign Excel training or, you know, whatever's going to benefit their job and make their job easier to get a better knowledge, you know. So I would like to make it 20,000, because then I also pay for my department's education and practice tests and all of that for certifications for my department too.
Okay.
Already marked down 15.
I'll come back.
All right. Technical software and support. That's your lion's share of your budget there.
And I really don't have a say on that. I mean, I think I'm sitting currently at, I may actually have to come back this year for a little bit extra in tech and soft, because currently I'm sitting at, it's 2024.
According to this, you're at 138 after May. 138,000 expended.
That's what I've expended. I only have 300 and something left, correct?
It would be 280, 289.
Well, then I'll definitely be back, because I still have Lao for this year at 215,000. That's our tax, financial, payroll, software. I don't set those costs, they do,
When does that invoice come?
usually at the end of the year.
Okay.
And then I have, you know, our virus protection with some Sentinel-1 through Arete, and that's at 95,000, coming due in August. I also have TriTech for EMS that'll be due at the end of the year. Those bills always come at the end of the year. I have our Microsoft Office licensing that's coming due here shortly, that is through Analytics, that I have to pay for.
Okay. And then computer maintenance, it looks like you're essentially doubling what you're asking for, what you asked
Okay
for.
with leaving that the same as what it was.
Well, you are overexpended right now
In computer maintenance?
in computer maintenance. Yeah, you're at 50.
60.
Okay, well, hold on.
I don't know how you got there.
Let me look.
Well, part of it is, but you're not supposed to be overexpended unless you transferred from somewhere.
You have 2024's or just 2025's number?
See, I still have 12,000.
This one shows you're overexpended.
Well, I wonder if that's a transposed number then. 25,560 if she's got 12,000 would make sense.
I have 12,000 unexpended.
It's pulled in, okay. Okay.
That would be a sum of what they expended so far.
This is on my ledger. Is I still have 12,000.
Thank you.
The ledgers would have had the better detail, which she's working with right now. That's why we gave you the couple of times this past few days on some departments.
Might have been a,
I still have 12,000. I mean,
Okay. so she,
I'm okay with leaving it. I mean, there will be in the future additional things, but I usually come back to the council for that stuff.
Okay.
We got there's a lot of stuff going on with the tariffs. You know, prices are changing. There's also software that
Yeah.
I renew every 3 years, our firewalls and stuff, where 911 and sheriff usually do it every year.
why don't we
Get a
just put you
better
at
deal.
40 on that then, and
Pardon me?
why don't we just put you at 40 if you know you're gonna have to have a little more next year.
I appreciate that.
Just make it an even number and go from there.
Good number.
All right. Any other questions, concerns?
Which line item was that?
That was going to be the computer maintenance last line.
23.
So set it at
40.
total.
Well, let's get a motion before we,
Motion approved,
motion approved.
as with the corrections that were just made.
20 and 40 corrected.
All right,
We
so,
had 15.
so you're making the motion. You want to give us a number?
15,000 on the employee education and training,
Each win.
472,039 on technical software, and 40,000 on computer maintenance.
All right, so we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Which got a question?
Second.
She'll come back if she needs something.
Go ahead. And who had a question? Darlene had a question.
Wait,
What did
and then
you
office
change on
supplies,
Tech and soft support?
computer supplies also had an increase,
Yes.
49,1.
That's on there.
correct?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's,
that's part of the 2 and 3s.
Did we talk about that one?
yeah, we did. That was the first one we talked about.
Yeah.
Just nod your head, yeah.
600.
So, motion and a second to change 30027 to $15,000 and 30123 to $40,000.
Correct.
Any further discussion? With that, I'll call the vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey,
Okay, so we need to add.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna get a text later.
You're right.
yeah, I will.
Phone's gonna. I know you will.
The phones are shut off.
All right, we do it. Yeah, because it'll be quick. All right, well, public
Tell her stop her before she
hold on, hold on. Amanda?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Judge and a public defender, so, yeah,
All right,
You rank.
public defender.
We'll go with public defender. Thank you. Come on up. Anybody got a tab number for me?
180.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you.
It's flat from last year, both of them 300s. We got 100,000 for litigation expenses, to which you have
How much we have that fund, you know, public defender?
public defender fund.
What's it in there?
Do you happen to know the number for your fund? This is, well, or
No,
balance.
1,200.
Yeah, it's a 1,000 supplemental.
1,200.
Supplies, office supplies for.
1,200.
Oh, she's got a fund that.
She got 278,000.
They're asking about your supplemental fund.
Oh,
That's what I just said. That's
Supplies for
Yeah.
them.
what I just said.
Okay, sorry.
278,000.
78.
sorry.
983.
78,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so,
Oh, I'm sorry.
all right. So of the 100,000 for litigation expenses, right now you're at 9162. What do you anticipate to be by the end of the year?
Well, there is no way to ever know exactly what that amount is. In looking at over the last few years, we have not exceeded 75. I think last year we were right around 50. So I would expect that at a minimum we would be at the 50.
Okay.
But not, I would not anticipate close to the 100.
It all depends as to what's going on in the world at the time.
It really
Is your
does.
mic on? Is there a green light?
It is now. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then professional services, adopted budget was 1595, 237. Right now you're at 663, 750. Do you anticipate being fully expended by the end of the year?
Yes. Yes, that is based solely on contracts and it's utilized fully.
So it's a subscription, you pay for it.
No,
Listen,
they contract all their public defenders,
yeah,
Yeah.
so, and therefore they know what their costs.
okay.
President.
All right, Mr. Yagowski.
So the 278,000 you have right now in the fund, is that been going up or down or?
In the supplemental fund?
Yeah.
I would anticipate it's going down. I mean, we utilize it, we don't utilize it extensively because it is so restrictive of what we can do with that fund. So I would anticipate it's going down, but not exponentially.
I know that your previous person, we collectively had ways of staying within the rules and spending the money on some expenses for you. But what happened was we went too far and then we knocked it down to like under 100. We had to go and get it, then we had to supplement it to get it back up again because it went way too far down. But I mean, they're really not, they're not, all the years that we've taken a little bit for, whether it's your office supplies, whatever, however you want to put the money, I'm just saying it works, it has worked. We never had a problem with doing that. You know, and I'm talking about the last 15 years, you know, so we never, so
Correct.
I don't know if there's anything that you think that you could utilize that just for some small amount or.
Well, I'm always trying to think of different ways to utilize the funds. I can tell you, based on budgetary constraints, based on, I know legislation that's coming through that we're not quite sure how that's going to affect the different municipalities, I'm kind of at the brink. I know that I will need another public defender. I'm originally was going to ask, but decided that, I would hold off. I may end up having to come back, but definitely next year. Unfortunately, that won't be something I'll be able to use the supplemental fund for. But there are things that I would like to be able to utilize it for, but it's just figuring out how to meet the constraints.
Sure, trust me, we many times. So other service and charges, what is that? 75,000.
He's jumping ahead. He's
jumping ahead.
the supplemental. Yeah.
I think that's what I asked for last year. I reduced, instead of the 100, I had asked for the 75.
For
I guess what he's asking for, so out of the supplemental fund, you have that $75,000. What's that usually spent on?
So typically, the one and only area that I always use it for is when we have conflicts. So occasionally a defendant will come in, and for some reason my entire group of public defenders will be conflicted out. So what will happen is then I will have to ask the judge to appoint the state public defender. State public defender will appoint an attorney, and then we still must pay for that attorney's services.
Understood.
so
Okay.
would that any which way be able to utilize that?
And I am so sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Any which way would be able to utilize your fund for that?
Yes, you can utilize it for that.
That's the full total amount coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
1,200.
All right. Any further questions from the council? All right, so let's starting with the public defender 180. I'll entertain a motion, but I'm just going to throw my opinion out there if you don't mind.
I'm sorry.
I'd recommend reducing litigation services or expenses down to 75,000 based off the discussion we had, but that's up to whomever's going to make the motion.
I'd probably not recommend switching it right now. On the liaison to the public defender, and one of the things that you've shared with me is that you're expecting in the future there to be a need to increase the number of public defenders you have as the state eventually provides some funding for public defenders that deal with misdemeanor crimes. Can you elaborate some on where you see us going in the
She
future?
says you can't use it for that.
We're talking about the general fund, public
Right,
defender
but
180.
she said
not the
additional
supplemental.
people, though.
She needs an
For the litigation fund, I wouldn't be able to utilize that typically for the hiring of another contract of public defender. Those funds are typically used for appellate issues, for all of the different costs, whether it be depositions, transcripts, court reporters, those types of things. As it relates to your question regarding the misdemeanor, the way that it works, as you all may recall, if I stay within the numbers set by the commission downstate, then the county will be reimbursed up to 40%. Yes. With that, the one exception is our misdemeanor public defenders. Those are not reimbursed. I don't know why, but they aren't. There is presently a pilot program that is occurring that they are moving toward having that happen. And that'll be great when we can reimburse for misdemeanors. The problem with that is that right now I have 3 misdemeanor public defenders. They have no number requirements. So to stay within compliance with the state, it's most likely going to require me to hire probably 2, if not 3 more positions. So that is definitely something that is on the horizon. We're just waiting for that change to happen.
So with that in mind, rather than us reduce the litigation expenses and reduce your overall budget, perhaps it would be prudent for us to move those savings into your professional services so that we're preparing for that shift over time and that you have more funding in that space.
We just
It was a conversation.
You can always transfer.
Yeah, I mean, you could transfer it as well, since they're both 300s.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion.
Are you thinking leave it the same then, or just shift money over?
Like I said, I was leaving it up to whoever's going to make the motion. I just threw my opinion out there. But it sounds like we've got some good.
Since you can transfer it within the 300s, I would make a motion to approve it as presented.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Keel as approved as presented, second by Mr. Mullenhour. Any further discussions? With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
All right. Thank you for that one. Now let's go to supplemental public defender. And entertain a motion.
motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Novak, second by Mr. Keel. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Amanda, you okay waiting until after animal shelter? The treasurer, and then HR. I mean,
Wait, sir, wait a minute, we still have the survey.
the assessor's gotta come back. Yeah, the surveyor's gotta come back. Did you have plans this afternoon? I just,
You asked if you were in a hurry, and you said no.
Thank you all again.
Thank you.
149.
was the only increase in the step.
The only increase we see. Your Honor?
Good
How you
afternoon.
doing?
Good afternoon. So,
Ready today.
we're having a blast.
I'm sure you are. Hi, Doug.
It doesn't look like he's paying.
muted.
He's muted.
Sorry.
All right. So, looks like the only change is a step increase.
Sorry, I couldn't find my cursor.
How come? Look at this.
So, looks like the only increase is a step increase for your secretary admin.
Yes.
Everything else is flat.
Everything else is the same.
All right. So, maintenance contracts, I see 0 expended out of 1,500.
Yeah, I think maybe that used to have gone towards, from talking to Angela,
The adopted budget last
the
year.
photocopier, but I don't know that we pay for that anymore. I'm not sure if Superior 2 pays for that, but I don't think that we have any anymore.
Okay. So, is that something that you're willing to forego?
Sure.
Okay. Dues, 0 expended, 200 budgeted. Anything you know of is coming?
No, I usually pay for all my dues out of my own pocket. I don't pay for it from court funds, so
Okay.
She didn't spend anything in '24 either.
Yeah.
that.
Judges' salaries are so lucrative, aren't they?
I just don't think it's the,
Maintenance contract, she didn't spend anything either?
no.
that's what she
Like I
just
said,
said.
I think it used to be for a photocopier, but I think
having
that's
a
paid out of someone else's
sidebar.
budget now, so we don't use that.
All right. How about transcripts? You haven't used it in 24, 0 expended so far this year.
So I wouldn't like to get rid of that just in case.
Okay.
I can't see, I think the last time a transcript was done and paid out of the court's budget was probably when Sylvia was the court reporter. And that was when I first started. But just in case we might need that for something, I would like to keep it in there since it's only 600.
Okay. Psychological services, you have 1,000 from 24 was unexpended.
Good to know
0.
the people that come to your court are in a better mindset.
Well, if you don't mind, is the fact that it sounds like Superior 4 manages the account for psychological services for all of the courts.
Do not. So I don't know why there's a separate medical hospital and a separate psychological services. This was how the budget was when I took over.
Psychological.
So a lot of our competency evaluations get paid, and I believe they go under the medical hospital rather than the psychological services, and that's why that number is at 40,000. We also pay for Superior 2's competency evaluations when they are done and are not paid for by DOC.
Okay.
So we could,
So I don't know why there's two separate. That's just been the way the budget's been since I took over.
And it might be just whatever was convenient, or hey, we've got more money here, we can get away with
Yeah,
it, something like
I'm
that.
not sure.
can we
why it's
zero
done.
that though? Can we zero that one?
That's fine with me. Yeah.
I don't want to eliminate it, but we'll just zero.
Zero, which one?
Psychological services.
Thank you.
And then professional services is at 4,000. You've expended none so far, and the previous year was 2,713.
Right. So
Correct.
that number usually goes to pay for, if we have a guardian ad litem that the parties can't afford to pay for, but the court needs a guardian ad litem appointed to look after the best interests of a child in either a paternity case or a family law case. I even have one that's been appointed in a protective order case. So that's where that money usually goes, since I've been on the bench. So you said 2,700 is what we used last year.
Yes.
I know that we have a couple of guardian ad litems that have been appointed this year, but they probably have not submitted their invoices yet because they're still working up and doing an investigation in those cases. So I would like to leave that number the same, and that's what that money gets used for.
No, that seems to make the most sense based on the application there. Anything else you want to highlight to any of us?
I don't think so.
All right. Absolutely.
So going back up to your 100 accounts, and I'm asking the auditor this. 100 accounts, it says include stipend of $4,000. But if you look at the 2025 adopted budget, it was already in there last year for this year. Do we need to? That's actually not an increase.
What is the stipend for?
So the stipend, I think, was raised last year from $1,500 to $4,000. That's for the court reporter and for the court reporter being a stenographer. We only have 2 left in the county now,
Right.
1 circuit court and 1 superior one.
But they are getting it.
Yes.
Okay, so then it's not a,
Yeah, so is that, I'm not
Okay.
sure if
All right,
that
just
is
wanted to make
included
sure.
in that number or not. I can't tell from what I'm looking at.
Okay. Any other questions from the council?
More things to do. Take care of it.
With that, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve taking account 30007 maintenance contracts to 0 and 30009 dues to 0 and psychological services, which is 30088 to 0.
Second.
So that's everything that was presented except for those 3 accounts. Motion by Mr. Novak, second by Mr. Mullenhour. Any discussion?
Judge, are you comfortable with those modifications?
I am.
With that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the day.
You too. We're gonna take 5 minutes and see if anybody shows up.
Oh, they're
Back.
Come on. Amanda, come on up.
Amanda,
Nope.
get the chair. Hurry.
Come on up. You gotta remember, you don't get to listen to Randy.
Seat now, guys. So
There's another microphone next to you, though.
this one doesn't have a light, so I don't know.
Push the button.
There's
It's on all the time.
It's always listening.
good to know. Hot mic in the room.
Yeah. Oh, do not have a hot mic in here.
We got 5
please.
minutes for this one, so let's get to it.
So remind me of a tab number, please.
219.
Area code.
Some people.
That's right.
Well, if anybody's out of 219, we have a problem.
I don't know. 219.
Isn't everybody 219?
Should be.
Isn't that how that works here?
574.
So we know there's not enough pot stirrer in our midst.
Right. Oh, for sure. All right. So,
Mr. President, can we go on one thing that, before we get to the numbers, if you don't mind? Amanda, could you, I know we talked last year, everybody was, the last couple of years, everybody's confident the money's coming in, a new program for the health department, so on and so forth. Then, of course, we've heard other, can we go at least get into that conversation?
Sure. So we're talking about Health First Indiana, which was a promise to the counties for the state to provide 80% of the funding for the health departments from the state, and the county match making up the difference. The first year it was half of that, and then this year was that full amount. A legislation changed this year, and they cut back Health First Indiana by over 75%. So where we were receiving $2.6 million a year, that's what we were supposed to be getting from the state, is cut back to a little over $600,000, with the county having to go back to making it that up.
The reason I was asking, because there's a lot of stuff that came out, which we had talked about, of course, and we gave raises away, give extra positions away for this, but what's the situation for the state of Indiana? Because I'm sure, like, you spent the money, and I'm sure everybody else spent the money, but
We spent the money.
spent the money, but,
Right.
spent it to that level.
Right.
So what's the, is there any health departments that are in trouble? You ever talk to these groups? Because this is.
There's multiple health departments in serious trouble. St. Joseph County had to lay off 11 people because of their loss of funding. Vanderburgh County is losing like 15, 20 people. There's all these health departments expanded services, expanded their departments to have positions they weren't able to have before, and now it's been yanked out from underneath of them. We've lost a lot of the other grants. Our emergency preparedness grant has been cut back. The immunization grant is all but gone. So those funding sources are gone and drying up. The beach grant that we do every year, we've done for almost 30 years, will probably be gone after 2027. So if we want to continue testing the beaches, we already do the inland beaches on our dime, but Lake Michigan will come out of our pocket if it's decided to continue to do that. Emergency preparedness, we have to have an emergency preparedness person. We saw that when we went through, like I said, they cut that back. A lot of our liaisons and contacts at the state have been let go, and there's more cuts coming.
Are there any grant people that got cut?
A lot of the grant people got cut, correct? Because
For you.
for me, I haven't lost anybody yet.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, Mr. Bidas.
Nope, that's fine. It's good to understand the lay of the land because of the fact of major change coming.
So with this, if we have an option to stay in Health First Indiana or leave Health First Indiana, that's a county executive decision. The commissioners are taking all of that into effect. If we stay within the program, there are other caveats that were added in legislation this year that essentially they took the money away, but they didn't take away any of the responsibilities of us having to meet, and we just can't meet those responsibilities that they've set for us. And they put other restrictions on the health departments that you don't see in any other department in the state. So it's going to be very difficult if it's decided that we stay
Mr.
in.
President, this is one of your lead-ins to our commissioners meeting. This is for sure should be included with us. I don't understand why the commissioners are making this decision on their own, but it's a lead into what you
Mentioned during exactly.
Do you know if the commissioners are planning to take up this matter soon? Because, this is incredibly pertinent to our budget process.
Right. So I believe our health board meeting is tonight. They wanted an official vote from the health board before they did their vote, but I believe they're leaning towards taking us out. Again, even if we stay in with the money that we get from the state, we're going to have to turn around and give it out to partners to be able to meet any of the requirements that's met in Health First Indiana.
Okay, so if I look at fund balances here, Health First Indiana is the predominant funding source for 1161, is that correct?
That is, yes.
All right, and that balance currently is at 2.361 million, or $2.361 million. Okay. As we look at the various tabs here, 1161 was your local public health services, and it looks like most of the things that we funded for this year out of that account have been moved to your 219 with the, 1159 budget.
Correct.
But you still have approximately $590,000 that you're funding out of the Health First account. Is there any reason why you're hanging on to the remainder of that 2.3?
So we do have we were able to do the community grants this year, so there'll be another chunk that comes out of that. Okay. That'll be going out in the next couple of months. We did have a significant amount of rollover from last year. We had a little over $600,000 rollover from last year. Because we had those vacant positions and because of the flood situation, the materials and items that we were going to purchase out of that budget got covered by
insurance.
Flood. Those items got replaced. So I didn't include that in there just because if the county decides to opt out of that program, we can't use the money.
Okay.
So there's a request for additional appropriations that are going to be coming for 1161 in the next month or two. for us to help spend that money down.
So question, Amanda, when you're,
And we always were, we were directed by the state to hold on to funds, to start building a nest egg with those funds to cover, I know, right? I know.
Such good advice.
Such good advice that we've gotten from the state always, right? Yeah, and so there was always, and there's money that we're able to set aside 10% of the budget every year for capital expenditures for buildings, for vehicles and such. So you'll also see that some of that money that's set to the side as well in there.
Okay. So, Mr. Novak.
So some of the changes that came out of the state this last year, there's talk. Nothing for sure that the legislators might go back into session or make some changes.
we're looking.
I'm not a legislator.
I never said you were.
Phone a friend.
I never said you were. Is there any talk that maybe some of this might be tweaked this last year, or is there no?
If it is, it won't do anything for 2026.
But are you hearing that they might look at, like, oh, wait, we didn't realize we did that? Like, oops.
I hear some from, right? They're getting a lot of negative feedback. Imagine that. There's talk that it could happen and could not happen.
Right.
Again,
Just checking.
I just, one of those things that I threw out there to let you know too, that if we stay in the program, we can only service Indiana residents.
Right.
So a person who owns a home in Indiana or property in Indiana but aren't a resident and spends a lot in property taxes aren't able to get the full services from the county.
Right. These aren't illegal aliens, or these are people that may have a second home here or something.
Second home,
right?
Third home, yeah.
Their kids get sick, they can't.
If their kids get sick, we
Yes.
can't do anything. We have a private school, boarding school, we can't service anymore.
Right.
How does that make sense? Even if somebody came to me with cash and said, we'll pay cash, I can't service them.
And that makes sense.
So
But
that's
that's all
crazy.
policy stuff
know.
that lengthens them.
How do you really?
All right.
Really disappointed in the General Assembly's decision with
my
this.
God.
This was a
Right.
major oversight on their part.
And we hear a lot about with the road funding and all these other things, but obviously health department isn't something that we hear a lot about the complaints that they're getting. That's why I asked if behind the scenes if you're hearing things, so.
30-day hiring freeze when we have a vacancy before we can hire and fill it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Nobody else has that? Why is the health departments have to do that? But anyway,
Mr. Yagowski.
side quest.
2 points. The first one is I don't see nothing happening for 2 years. There's a short session, long session. This is a long session right now. They don't get nothing done in the short session. That's one of the things about politics we all understand. But the other part of it is that this isn't affecting people right now. So until it ever does, you're almost looking at 3 years down the line, because truthfully, the service cuts are not going to affect immediately everybody. There's some layoffs, I get that, but it takes a while to get that whole thing going in that process. So the other question is, okay, if you don't give it up this year, you stay in the program this year, can you give it up the following year? In other words, can we spend some of the money that we have, that we know we got to spend, and wait one more year and then get out?
So the service cuts went into effect immediately upon signing of the bill. So that happened in April. So that is affecting us now, and it is affecting the amount of income that we're able to bring into the department.
Regardless of being in the program or not?
Correct.
Okay.
The commissioners, originally, you were supposed to opt in and out every 2 years. So once you were in, you had to stay in for 2 years. Now this is the second year, or it's coming up again to renew. So the commissioners have to decide in or out. If they decide to go out next year, they can jump back in the following year.
That answers my question, okay.
So based on everything I'm hearing, right, and this is generalities, but it'd be a folly financially for us to probably continue with it, although it's obviously not
Our decision.
but it'd be foolhardy for us to continue with it, is what it seems like, and especially looking at how you have your budget set.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the budget that you have before us, and it's a little bit difficult to look at because it's spread across like 6 different funds.
Right?
So if you could summarize for us, looking at the whole thing, essentially what's changing? Are there reductions in staffing and overall costs, or are you just kind of shifting where everything is being paid for out of?
Essentially shifting everything back from 1161 back into 1159. So this year I had 23 employees being paid out of 1161. They're going back over to 1159. There's still going to be rollover and everything at the end because currently right now I'm 6 people short. I have 6 vacancies. 4 of them are nursing, even with our increase in salary, and 2 clerical. So there's going to be rollover there. Taking a hard look at some of the programs that we're offering and some of the cuts that we can make if necessary, if we have to. There's thoughts there. If we do, we're not losing everything. If we opt out, we go back to getting our legacy funding. So I don't know if you remember the trust account and local health maintenance funds, which is what we got from the state before. We will go back to receiving that. So that'll be $117,000 that we'll start going back to and be able to pay. That'll pay a full-time person, a part-time person, and an intern. So there's 3 people. 2 full people if you count the part-time and the intern.
How much did you scale up after you received the Health First Indiana funding? I mean, should the department be scaling back to what it was pre-Health First Indiana?
So we only added 1 full-time position. We added 2, but 1 is being paid out of the school liaison grant that we have left over that'll pay her for 5-6 years out of that until it's gone. But there was 1 nursing position. And yes, if we do pull out of Health First Indiana, then that position should disappear and it's vacant at this time and I can do that.
And raises too, right? We increased some jobs with this program money.
He's not saying withdraw. He's talking about things we did differently with your financing.
Oh, yes. We were able to bump up the nursing pay.
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to highlight regarding Health First Indiana and what straits it puts us in?
It's disappointing.
In a word, that's perfect. All right, let's work.
When I'm looking at this, the Health First Indiana funding does still have some expenditures in this budget. Yes, before us.
This budget period, yes.
So would this need removed if we're going to be withdrawing from Health First Indiana?
Right. So I did make a second budget if all of that goes away. So
Where's all that at?
1159 will look different if they decide to opt out of it, and then I'll have that legacy funding as well.
Does it, if we opt out, does it go like January 1 or does it?
It's January 1. If we opt out,
Okay.
it's January 1. So we can spend that money down till the end of the year.
Yeah. Now, of the 2.3 million that we're sitting on that's a result for Health First Indiana, that's our money to manage. That does not go back to the state.
It doesn't sound, your current legislation says once the money goes into 1161 and 1159, it stays there. It doesn't come back out. So if we decide to opt out, that money is just going to sit there until they decide how we can spend it later on.
Will they decide?
Oh, I'm sure they'll change legislation on how it's being managed, as there's a number of counties that are going to pull out of this program. So they're going to be like, well, wait a minute, you just have this money sitting there doing nothing
Well, then we figure out what to do with it.
until legislation decides
Which
what
our
we can
budget
do
wants
with
to Pay
it.
it down.
Pay it down to
Spend it.
1 penny.
Yeah.
Don't go into red.
So let's go shopping.
All right.
So do you want us to approve this today, or given the uncertainty, would you prefer this to just be tabled until you have more clarity?
I would prefer it to be tabled. It'd probably be better because otherwise it's going to have to be opened back up.
Motion to
Correct.
table.
Well, let's talk
Not. I don't know.
about it real quick. Do you want it? What are we tabling? Are we, because she has,
I have multiple.
you have 6 tabs in front of me.
Yeah.
Is there any of them that we can discuss? You have more than 6 tabs.
Is there any that aren't affected?
Only 1159 and 1161 are affected. Everything else is not.
Now this is where you say, motion to table 1159, 1161. So moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of tabling 1159 and 1161?
Aye.
Opposed? On to communicable disease, which I seem too excited jumping to that, but. All right, so you're asking for the same amount of money you asked for last year. Looks like you're on track to maybe use all of, if not exceed, your other supplies account?
We won't exceed it.
All right.
Make sure that we don't exceed it.
Maintenance and maintenance or repairs, you've expended 0 and or budgeted for 5,000.
Knock on wood. We haven't had to, we're doing good right now this year. We haven't had to have any repairs. Again, a lot of our equipment that was affected last year, we were able to do those repairs last year because of the flood, so.
This is 2704.
2704 is a non-reverting fund.
103,000, so they got their own money.
It's our own.
Replace some equipment too?
All right.
Pardon?
Replace some equipment also?
Yes.
Okay, so realistically, this is your own money. This is stuff we
Yes.
can't move around with.
That's money
Now-
that we bring in for that program.
Motion. So motion approved from Mr. Novak. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Keel. Any other questions? All in favor of approving communicable disease 2704, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. ServSafe Fund.
That's the program every restaurant in the county food service has to have a,
Approved, Mr. President.
Motion approved by Mr. Yagowski.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keel. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Water Lab Fund 2711.
Motion approved, Mr. President.
209,000.
Second.
Motion to approve by Mr. Yagowski, second by Mr. Keel. Any further discussion?
we're rolling now.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Workforce Development, COAG. Looks like you're jumping up and, well, first off, is this a grant? Is this a non-reverting? Grant money.
She's got $557,000 in there.
No, 526,000.
Well, I've read the first number. Okay, at the beginning of the year, she had 5.
She had.
I had.
For
There was a motion.
funds, like, was there a motion to approve on this one?
Mr. Yagowski did.
Motion approved. Now there's one. Second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keel. One quick question. The reimbursement to this account, where's that coming from? This is a grant from the state?
We've already received all the funds.
Okay, so this is just one we're
We
going
won't
to
be receiving anymore, so that's just paying, yeah.
All right, any other discussion?
Remind me, what does this grant do?
That was a grant that was set up during COVID. Money that the counties were given if we opted into that grant was to have a dedicated liaison between the health departments and the schools.
Okay.
So everything that we do out of that grant is school related.
The name seems kind of misleading. Workforce Development
It's very
COAG?
weird, yeah. But how they name things downstate. COAG doesn't make any agreement.
So really, this position, I mean, in reality, we're looking at 5 years, and this one's going to be gone.
And that would be in the next fund, 8259. There's two of them. It was supposed to be one big one, and they busted it up into two separate grants.
8275?
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. 8275 she's being paid out of, and then I'll switch her over to,
Okay.
I have people who are retiring, and I'll be able to switch her over to one of those positions.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
So,
That's the plan.
any other discussion regarding Workforce Development COAG 942?
No.
All in favor of approving it, budget as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. COAG School Grant 8275. Similar grant work.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Mr. Novak.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kessler. Any discussion? All in favor of approving COAG School Grant 8275, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Records show the capital asset plan is attached.
Awesome.
And there's one more, right? Health
There's one
environment.
more.
9119.
Where is it?
59.
Professional services.
That one. There were two different COAGs before.
We did the workforce development, I mean, so where's it?
Health Environmental Fund.
Oh, he's missing one.
No.
This is the one I just approved.
No, it's not the one you.
That's the one I was looking at.
And you're missing the other one.
Hey,
I think we all are.
you said,
Motion to approve 911-9519.
Motion approved by Mr. Kessler.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keel and I think Mr. Pressel. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving Health Environmental 9119 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Amanda, would you like to go back to work?
I can hang out for the rest of the day if you want.
Sure,
That's fine.
Here, I got you.
President.
Amanda will now do building maintenance.
We give, I would like to do this if I don't, the surveyor call, please, to have him come down, please.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
He's got a phone in his office, though.
You want me to text him?
If you would.
Text him, whatever you can do, yeah, please.
Text him.
And then, another question,
Personal cell.
mine's my
okay,
personal stuff.
so another,
Don't hit me crying.
so another point I'd like to bring up, guys, tonight. Everybody that went to the AIC, we were told that if we have these meetings, that we can record them. They do not have to be live or on the air. So if you guys are having your meetings and they're in here, we have to be live and on the air. That's a change of rule. We did not know about. That just recently happened. That wasn't part of the original rule. The problem is that Michigan City is going to have some dates, so you guys are going to have to try to figure out, rock, paper, scissors, who wins, who loses. Or you can have a meeting outside of this meeting room, and you don't have to have it. You can just be recorded, and then they can broadcast it if they want to. If they want to put on Elko picks it up if you want to give it to them. So it's an additional cost to us. I just want to make sure everybody understands it. So tonight, the attorney already ruled that this meeting tonight will be in place, and we have to record it. More expenses.
And there's no recording in the room next door. So it's not like we can use both of them. You can do a Zoom and record it and then provide it to Elko, but
The attorney's taking the approach right now until the state tells us by definition, as long as you're having the meeting in here, it has to be recorded and be live, and it has to have a person do it, so.
Something that's noteworthy about this is that it also applies to other smaller units of government, so townships, school corporations, towns, and cities all have this applying to them as well.
If they have, only if there's availability for that. If they can record you, they can still record you. You don't have to do it live. You can give it to Elko. Elko can put it on TV if you want, or whatever you want to do it. It is
So sure.
Well, okay, and then the AIC meetings we should stop going to because they're lying. That's the exact rule that the attorney told us when we went to the AIC. That was, we took all the information he gave us and we came back with it. Again, it's going to be by definition, not by this party, but it's going to cost us a lot of additional dollars.
Okay.
So they're not making them do it if the meetings are not here.
who's coming if we get done with that?
The health department has theirs at the health department. There's no live recording there, example.
Adult probation, you got anybody stacked to come?
I don't have anybody stacked to
You got anybody coming after?
They're scheduled at 2 o'clock, so we can take a few minutes here and give you some updates, but you're not going to be able to finalize this today.
Okay.
So,
Surprise.
We ask HR to.
and if you'd like, I can walk you through some of the changes.
Sometimes let's walk through this. So let's start where we left off.
You did Purdue.
Wait.
Janitorial supplies and janitorial service is one account. Somewhere along the way, they took and made a sub account with it. It was never to be divided.
Okay.
So just looking to combine the two numbers to make it 132, and anything that may have been put into the other account, nothing's been put in the other account, so
So which one are we working with? Is it
we're going to work
200?
with the 20028 janitorial supplies.
So we're going to make that an even 132.
Yes, please.
And we're going to drop the other one to 0.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
and that's 20028, and that's going to be.
That's the
132.
31,112 will be dropped to 0.
And then we're going to take janitorial services from 42,600 to 0. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There's also going to be another recommended change on the page 2, the third line down where it says wiring. We'd like to change that account name to 30307 electrical repair, so that the materials that they're buying from Kendall Electric will be able to be placed in there, because it's not exactly wiring. So, and there was about $24,000 that's listed in electrical that is Kendall supplies. So we're going to be moving that over. So we want to give you a clean, fresh sheet before you start seeing all of this and approving everything. The other thing is, there was $84,215 of electrical repair work done to buildings that is going to come out of electrical and be moved over to 30299 account, which has 110,000 in. And they're going to show you that they used up $84,215.
So I can keep up. So let's go back down to the 30307 electrical repair. What's that new number? Instead of $8,000, it is?
Oh, we didn't give a new number. We was just telling you that we're, you probably do need a new number for the instead of 8,000 because you've already spent more than.
No, that one is the one that the 2,500 has.
Oh, 20, I'm sorry, I said 25,000.
Yeah, no, it's 2,500 for Kendall and the other.
So leaving it at 8,000 would be good.
Okay.
But you're going to give us a sheet on that?
We're going to want to come back and also give you walk through the other things that were all separated with better explanation and see where we can find where things were put last year. We just can't do it in this time frame for today. Okay. And I want to be rather go sit and do detail with them and give you better numbers so you compare. So, but those were the key things that we found now, because you asked me for detailed reports. We found some things in the detailed reports that shouldn't have been there, and we want to let you know that we're going to clean those up. But I want to give you a clean
sheet
budget.
Now, I'm assuming that that's going to also bring our, what's at electric right now, and bring that down closer to the 1.1.
It's going to bring it down to the 1.1.
Yeah. 1.1.
Cool. And you're going to be good with that number, and that's what we'll do as well.
Mr. President, for clarity, we have 3 more meetings of this budget hearing anyway. Why don't we go ahead with those changes, approve it, and then at the next meeting?
You don't need to approve anything today.
I like to clean this up. We have meetings here. I know we don't have to, so I'm asking a question. I'd like to clean it up tonight, get this in, and we have 3 more meetings. We can change it. If you guys aren't happy with it, we can change it for the next 3 meetings that we're going to have on this budget hearing. So
Okay.
that's what I like to do.
Whatever you want to do.
I know. That's what I'm asking.
So the total number I'm seeing right now with those changes takes us to $2,608,948. And those changes are at 31112 is 0. We have 10231s at 0. That's the HVAC technician.
Did you guys mention the water?
There wasn't anything in the water that
No, that's
didn't belong there. Some of the AIM.
strictly water.
That's strictly water and sewage type
Yes.
stuff, even though it's oddball things because of remote. 30040 is 1.1 million. And then I don't recall what the original account number was for wiring, but we changed that to 30307 and renamed it electrical repair, and that remains $8,000. Those are all the changes that we've talked about today. Does anybody have any additionals besides what I have here?
And you also did not re-mention again the 30040 electric is 1.1 million. You said it earlier, but since you were repeating everything, then I must have missed it.
You got it.
I apologize.
1.1.
Perfect.
What about janitorial services? Was that 0 then?
No, that was taken up to
132, but the
132
janitorial services is 0.
Yeah, we zeroed it, Justin.
0 to 3112.
They're not paying for anybody to do janitorial services. It's all
Janitorial supplies is at
332.
What was the total for janitorial supplies?
132.
Got it.
All right.
And 3 zeros.
I watched some typing. All right.
I wanted to be clear.
Any other changes? Now, to your request, Mr. Yagowski, is that what we want to approve?
Yes, if we can.
For 2s and 3s?
Yep, 2s and 3s.
All right, so I have a motion by Mr. Yagowski to approve 2s and 3s as presented, plus all the changes that I just spoke in the record. Does anyone have a second for me?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Pressel. Any further discussion?
Good tight.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Much better. Thank you, guys.
Where are we going? So we got public defender.
He's not up yet. So
HR's on the way over too, so.
All right,
Adult probation.
who's the 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock is adult probation.
Since he's at 1:45?
Surveyor was actually first, so this is about his right time.
Yeah. Let's go with surveyor.
1:06. Shut that door, you keep it up.
Get hurt. Cool.
Remember, it's under 106.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know he's looking the same way you were.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Mr. President,
Thank you.
if I can ask the first question, please.
Absolutely, Mr. Yagowski.
Answers?
Okay, so my first question is, there's 2 vehicles. Which one of the 2 vehicles is yours?
That has not been determined. One vehicle has been used by my individual that does the work. That's the one that has a mileage of 197,882.
So that's the older vehicle?
I believe so.
Okay, so then the newer vehicle belongs to the drainage board then?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the.
Well, fair enough, because they,
That's
fair enough,
down.
because they said that, so that you said it's yours? Okay.
And I agree, it would be great if we could have someone do the servicing. Right now, we use the same type of service, outside service, to do work on the vehicle. One large figure in my budget is just essentially a $8,000, I believe I put in there, to handle a powertrain issue. If the motor goes out or if the transmission goes out.
Is it messing up now?
There's nothing, it seems to be running
But
perfect.
we don't put.
We don't do that.
What if the engine
We don't
goes
do
on?
that.
What if the
We don't do
powertrain
that?
goes out?
Okay, well, that's why the figure is in there.
Those are comeback laters.
I'd just like to clarify, you did say yesterday you had not seen the vehicles, correct?
I have not, I've seen the vehicle, I've not driven it.
You did not drive the one vehicle to NERC meeting?
Well, that one, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but yes, I have
asked you
not
point
driven the other
blank.
vehicle.
We asked you point blank if you had seen the vehicles, and you said no.
Their engine goes out.
You've driven it.
I've not seen the mileage. The mileage was.
You're lying.
Yes.
You're lying.
You're correct. You're completely correct. I did take it to the NERC meeting, yes.
Okay, can I ask which one did you take? That one?
No.
Yours?
Which one? No, I took the other one.
You took the other one.
Are they the same color?
I,
Pretty close. One's dark blue, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One is dark blue.
I need you on the mic. I apologize.
It's okay.
Could you introduce yourself, if you don't mind?
Okay.
I don't know you.
I'm Tim, crew chief. The one is gray that we drive the surveyor's truck.
Okay.
It's got 197,000.
Yours is gray.
Yes. I believe it's 2006.
It has 197,000? Okay.
Yes, and we baby it. I treat it just like
Just getting
it's got
broke
those
in.
miles because we do treat it well. We had a lady in our office before, Diane Allen, she said, treat it like you're going to make it last. And we have. I don't beat it. I take it where we go on the roads.
You mind me giving what's the other one that the other people, that the
Drainage
board has? What was the other vehicle?
Yes, and I think they're the same age.
Okay.
And what color is that one?
I believe it's a dark blue.
Just so we got them straight, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Any other further questions from the council?
On the original budget?
Let's start with the original budget for the 106.
So, increase in office supplies?
that is just anticipated increase in inflation. If we don't do that, then we probably should leave it at the same number.
So we'll leave it at 322. Move the
repairs to equipment. Right now, you're $36 expended of a 586 budget.
I anticipate a need for a computer repair. because we have a computer which has System 7. And I spoke to the IT people, and they said it's my responsibility to do the upgrade. This amount of money, I believe, will be sufficient to handle the upgrade of the
Is this a
computer.
hardware upgrade or a software upgrade?
This is a hardware upgrade. It currently has System 7 in it, and the CPU will not handle the Windows 11.
Computer.
Does that come out of his budget or IT's?
It's going to come out of IT's. It's going to need a new computer. But he can ask for it and take it out of his budget. She just purchases it. That's all.
Okay.
You cannot upgrade a Windows 7,
No, you can't.
and it's not hard. It's not hard.
All right.
That's another.
I don't see $600 covering a new machine.
No.
But it was 586, nothing was spent last year out of there. And you're asking for a $14 increase.
It's probably, it just rounded it up, but the computer board would not be a complete replacement of the computer. The issue with the upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 11 is a matter of getting the CPU upgraded, which means just replacing the motherboard. I don't know if that's something that's done here.
Not typically.
Routinely?
Because of the other peripheries that are required to get upgraded with the motherboard in order to maintain.
I have experience with computers, and I've done upgrades. If that's not what you do here, then you'll have to do some other arrangement.
It's going
Do you recommend?
It's going to be $2,000 for a computer.
Okay.
That's just going to be a number. It could be 1875, something around that number. Look, but their software, because we can't let people get into our, we're not going to allow a 7 upgrade. I'm telling you, it's not going to work.
Nope, I understand.
Because you have
It
to.
doesn't have the security protocols in order to.
You got to go home and do it. You're going to have to go online to buy the crap, and it's not.
That's on one of your office computers?
It's one of the, Michael uses a computer which currently.
Desktop?
Is not working with.
iPad or desktop? iPad or desktop?
It's a desktop. It's a tower.
That might be a little cheaper.
That'll be.
Yeah.
I don't know the price of that.
Bump it up to 2,000 then?
Bump it to just say 2,000.
All right.
But it's repair of equipment, it's not.
So we're still on the same question here. This question came up with your data board. These jobs you have here, in the past, you guys worked together, so these jobs were interchanged a little bit, and they always did work together. Now, I know you separated. Do you need all those jobs, the party chief, instrument man, rod carrier, whatever you call it, surveyor? Are all those jobs shared, not shared?
Well, we have the crew chief here. He has an assistant, the instrument carrier.
Okay, that's fine.
They work out in traffic, so having
That's fine, that's fine.
one person out there, yeah.
No. Are any of these jobs shared? Because I don't know how you guys end up splitting these jobs up, but they
It was pretty much undefined. It's just the 136 and the 106 were separated without any elaboration of exactly how they're separated. Didn't know which vehicle was going which direction.
Okay, fair enough. We already made the decision for you. So the consultant, registered surveyor, you got down there for $30,000.
And that's just an estimate, and that's something that would be used for a variety of tasks. Exactly what tasks?
That was what you were supposed to define for me. That's what.
I don't know if there's documentation that I brought in. There's, for example,
He handed it to me, and I
fair enough.
had a chance to share it
okay,
with you
but
guys.
there's tasks that require the county surveyor to do, and if it happens to be something which a registered surveyor must do, then that person, the registered surveyor, needs to be brought in to do that particular little piece.
Fair enough. So you do not have to have any special terms of surveyor. They used our previous surveyor, so
Correct.
you can use anybody you want to, but it's a going rate. So to figure it out with them, you're going to figure out what
Right.
you guys are going to pay for.
But you, ma'am.
Go ahead, absolutely.
This $30,000 is just a shot in the dark.
It's a shot in the dark, yes. And I would not use more than the minimum required.
But that could be $90,000.
Well,
Well, you're saying no?
no, I don't believe it would be anywhere near $90,000.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
I'm Tim.
Tim, did you work before? You've been here for quite some time?
I've been here 35 years.
Fair enough. Thank you. Can we talk to you if you don't mind?
No.
35 years, thank you. Does this 30,000 seem like a reasonable number?
Okay, what he's trying to tell you is before you have a licensed surveyor, they can do anything. They can check. You don't have to worry about section corners I do. They go, they're licensed, they can do it. Now, without someone that's not licensed, they have to authorize, okay, did they do this? I have everything documented that I've done so far. You have the road crew, you have state and highway, you have to double check all the corners for private surveyors. Those things have to be checked so many a year. I've checked them. I've documented pictures and all that. So everything I do, it's all documented. So what you do then with a non-license, you have to hire that out to make sure, okay, it is what it is. And most of these surveyors I have worked with, and I've talked to them, they're okay checking my stuff.
So you worked when Bobby Przewalski was there?
Yes.
That number was not over $30,000.
I know, and this is my first with you guys. I've never been to a budget hearing, so I don't know any of those. You would have to call some other surveyors, say, okay, and I've talked to them, like I said, they will agree to check some of my stuff that I've done.
They never gave you a price, though.
No, they have not.
And Mr. Przewalski was here before I came up, so I mean, that's...
It's okay, but he remembers that.
Right, I agree how they did it.
So we already got a price. Does anybody remember what he said for the drainage board? He said he paid him for?
Between 50 and 150 per.
Yeah, so 50 to 150 per.
But that was
That's not for
him
section
to look at a
something
drain
different.
or some kind of drain crossing.
Yeah.
It wasn't to certify a. Right.
Okay.
But that was something.
Because they are, excuse me, I'm sorry. They are certifying some stuff that you've done. Like I said, and everything that I've done, I've taken pictures, documented, whatever you find. I have the section corner back here. It's where you raise them and lower them. Just a minute.
Yeah. What I meant by that, Mr. Novak, is he's just going to prove
These are the things that are in the ground we set.
Yeah.
And they come out, and then usually when the highway department, you break them, take them off, you raise these things, you got spacers, and then you fix them level. Some of them are out in the fields, so they're kind of covered. But this is what we do, and then they want to document them. So usually when a private surveyor will come to double check it, they're going to look at, they're not going to dig everything. They're just going to make sure, here's the pictures I get them. But some of them, I guarantee you, want to actually go out there and visually see, because they're going to sign something that they do. So they're going to actually say, okay, there it is, got pictures, got witnesses, everything. It shouldn't be that much, but again, they're putting a license, they're saying, okay, this is what it is. So
is it safe to say that we absolutely need to have someone signing off?
You have to by law. You have to have so many. I think it's 123, I believe, that we have to say, okay, here it is. This is what they've checked
Per year, that's how many you're supposed to do.
Yes. You have to have so many done per year.
So no matter what, we need to appropriate some money for him to be able to hire a surveyor who can sign off on these.
Yes.
And the question really remains of just what precisely that is. It's not a question of whether or not we need it. It's exactly what the number should be.
Correct. Now, my question is, doesn't that go under the section preservation fund to pay for that?
It would go in the other one, right?
Yeah.
This is
Maybe I'm stepping out of bounds.
This is two different kind of surveyors. He's asking for two different.
But it's still you're still looking to someone to look at
But if that's what they're
information.
certifying, why can't we pay it out of that?
Yeah, as long as that's the only thing that's certifying. Now, if it's two separate
charges go to.
if it's
John, that mic is always on, so it's good.
I'm sorry if I'm
no worries. Hey, Attorney Beege, are you listening currently?
Doug.
Hey, Doug.
While he's looking for them, what are you using for employee education and training?
I'm sorry?
Employee education and training.
Is that in here?
Oh, yeah.
Page 2.
It wasn't in there before.
The amount that you're
Are you
requesting
there?
is $1,800.
$1,800.
I believe that was, I put that in there to handle my training because that was coming up as a question every time I tried to get my legally required 15 hours a year in. There would be a claim that it's unnecessary. And there's a.
What kind of training are you? I mean, you're not going to become a certified surveyor.
They require extra training if you don't have a registration.
This is the
They
elected
require
official.
additional training beyond training. In the Indiana code.
Okay, so it looks like we have
not that.
Doug on.
Is that
At least he was unmuted.
I've never seen him unmute.
Yeah, he's flickered twice. I'm gonna send him a text. Doug, are you there?
And the training that that I have credit for would be things like, a recent one was how to work with different cohorts, age cohorts as employees. So you have the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, how to handle them. One was that I attended was internal controls, which was useful. The first one.
That's fine. If you need courses, so we've already, if you can state that to the commissioners, they would come out of the commissioners' fund. That's what I'm asking.
Right.
It's the elected officials fund. He's a statutory
Thank you, sir.
elected official, so they would come out of there.
I'm sorry,
You wouldn't necessarily need
Stand
it.
corrected. Thank you.
I'm just trying to help out.
There was reluctance to fund that. They would ask me if I have my own funds.
I know, we understand it.
Okay.
Go to the top of that page, mileage, 3,600.
That would be for attending the NERC meetings, the yellow.
You just took a county vehicle.
I did not anticipate having a county vehicle. I don't know if it's legitimate. It was brought to my attention that there may be a need to have some sort of
You using it all the time?
I'm sorry?
I mean, you use it every day? I'm looking.
Pretty much, yes.
So there are days where it would not be available for him, Mr. Masterson, to use to take to a meeting.
Yes.
If you knew he was going to one, would you could work it out? Could that work it out that way or not really?
It hasn't happened yet, so
Because he took drainage.
but if
I guess
he's
maybe-
allowed to use the drains too at the same time, this is,
Well,
new me.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. We have plenty of county vehicles. Are there other loaner vehicles that can be made available to go to meetings?
May I add?
Yes.
There were 5 vehicles turned in by adult protective services, and 3 of them have been reassigned already. Currently, there is possibly a pool of 2 vehicles. I cannot speak for them if they're going to be assigned anywhere. That is a commissioner question, but I just wanted to say that currently there might be 2 available, but I can't speak beyond that.
could there be a pool? Because I only need
That's what he just said.
Oh.
So photography and blueprinting, $610.
That's something I put in there because it was in there before.
Do you know everything that we have to do anything with that?
This is the first one, like I said, I've never been here. We do buy the paper and all that for the machines.
There is photography that is, there's a camera in the office, and I assume it's used for doing photography work that currently is being done by the iPad technology evolves.
You're just downloading it, or what are you doing?
I'm sorry?
Are you downloading it?
Yes,
So there's no cost in downloading it.
No, I download them, and yes, I download the pictures that I take, for me personally, for the field.
All right, so since we were looking for Doug's input, he's online now.
Okay.
Attorney Beege?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'd step out for a minute.
No worries. So there was a question regarding contracted services for a surveyor using what justifies using the corner perpetuation fund or the corner perpetuation fund versus what's in the standard salary or budget for the surveyor.
So when we have to hire when he has to have an outside surveyor come in and sign for things, can we take that, especially if they're corners, can we take that out of the perpetuation fund? Does it allow for a salary in that fund? Is that
I'll have to double check. But I'm-
service?
Contract service.
I have to double check. I haven't looked at it for a while, but if memory serves, anything that comes from the corner perpetuation fund has to be part of that project.
Right, and this would be.
And for example, the second page that you have there is a section of Indiana code for other circumstances. That particular section is for the drainage board. When a drainage board issue comes up,
Okay.
they're hiring their own surveyor separate.
As a clarification, this consultant isn't just strictly for signing off on the section corners. It could be other items as well.
Yep.
But you would need, I think if you took it out of the perpetuation corner thing, you'd have to separate out
Yes.
the ones.
Need
that-
25 and 5 or
right,
something like that.
What is your salary?
My salary is approximately $28,000.
40-some thousand.
No.
40-some
No,
thousand.
Money
guys.
left over.
Guys.
40,000 too.
There's savings right now. I know. That's what the old job paid. He gets less. He gets less.
Well, why is it not in our budget?
I'm trying to help you.
I left that in there in case I move on, either voluntarily.
You're not losing that quick, are you?
Up in
Between
here,
now and then,
you know, people,
if I had to put it, I'm just kidding.
you know, I know lots of
Yes,
people.
Mr.
that-
Let me try this. I would like to lower the elected official, what did you say the pay was again? I'm sorry?
That's not what it makes.
29,000?
Probably 29,000.
I'd like to order number 100111 to 29,000. As we're going through some of the stuff we had talked about already.
Bring it up if we got.
Gas and fuel and oil is great because that's what you're gonna have, but we're not gonna have no repair thing on that. Photography and blueprinting, 0. Dues, you do any dues?
Yes, for
Okay.
the Indiana Surveyors Association.
And repairs equipment, stuff that you need for your equipment. If you need to be repaired, that's okay. Mileage is gonna be reduced to, we'll say $200 in case he has to go to just a NERC because that's about the most he's gonna travel.
Well, his Kankakee and Yellow River Basin Commission meetings as well.
Well, how much you think, I don't think it's 600, but.
Those are in the evening, aren't they, or no?
The River Basin meetings are held out all over the place, as far as
Is it
Crown
during the
Point.
daytime?
I'm sorry?
They're during the daytime or in the
Yes.
evening?
Daytime.
All right.
I just don't see 3,600. What do you want to go with? You give me a price.
Cut it in half.
All right,
$1,500.
okay. $1,500 for that, for the mileage. Employee training stays the same. Attorney, what attorney do you use?
I haven't used any attorney so far.
And what do you think you'd use attorney for?
I don't know if I should discuss it. That should be executive session type material.
If you don't, it's not a good answer.
I'm sorry.
Zero.
Okay, fine.
And then the consultant registrar, I think 30,000 is a fair price because that's going to just make up for the salary he would have been making.
Couldn't that come up?
But we might be able to take that out of the other fund.
And there's no guarantee that to be used. It would be there, but
What would you like to do, sir? Give me the last idea.
I mean, what's that 39,000 another?
Well, I mean, it'd be nice, I think it's tough to make that decision until we know if we could use the other fund for it. If we can use the other fund for it, I'd split, majority of what you're doing right now is corners.
Yes, and that should be used, we shouldn't have a problem with using that.
Right.
I'm not attorney, but whatever we've had to use before, we used all that fund, computers or whatever, we've got to use that other because it deals with surveying the office and materials.
What else are you surveying that needs to be signed off on right now?
Right now, you have your section corners. Those are the one things that we will have to be done.
How many are you sitting on right now, just out of curiosity?
Right now, about 75.
that he's done so far this season. And I have the numbers for the previous years, 332, 330, 335, 330.
But this is my friendly advice. Don't you think we need to get somebody in there and start signing off on these instead of just letting them all pile up?
Yes, but at the same time, you have to make sure they're done. The road's got to be done. You go out there and double check them.
I agree.
And then make sure they're not drawn up.
Right.
They're just, nothing's drawn up yet but they are ready. So if somebody needs to come do it, yes, you can do it.
Do we leave it in his account or is it going to?
But we need to get
elected officials account.
And by law, I think it's like 123, I believe, that you have to have.
Right. But we need to get somebody lined up to do this.
Yes.
A contract with somebody to do it.
Start doing them. Yes, I agree.
If I may, Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I have answers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the county surveyor may appoint another surveyor, subject to the approval of the county commissioners. And they have to be a registered professional surveyor and a resident voter of the county. Okay? Any money spent from the perpetuation fund have to be appropriated.
Okay, so we just gotta throw it in, we gotta sign it now.
There.
It's already there.
Yep.
It's already there. 320440.
So one other thing we discussed was we talked about repairs to equipment regarding a laptop and whatnot. I'd recommend that you include in your motion. Well, you mentioned something about repairs to equipment. Zero out repairs to equipment. Change that to $2,000 to 20052 computer equipment.
Fair enough.
It's not on there.
2250.
20052.
And training?
And then, from everything I heard here, we're going to move training to elected officials.
Elected officials you mentioned? Okay, and then might move that to elected officials.
That would cover mileage.
Is he covered by it?
That should cover mileage to those events.
Yeah.
That you talked about.
Not to meetings,
We got a
yeah.
mileage, yes.
Well, we're not.
Did we address you bring it down to?
Right.
Yes.
What's the new number for mileage?
15.
Thank you. Just want to confirm I got what you got.
So we're going to move the surveyor into the perpetuation fund.
Yep.
So that'll be 0 on the 106.
Yes.
Did we address mobile phone?
No, would you like to rest on it?
Should be funded.
It is funded.
But
I
we
didn't
don't,
touch it.
Okay.
And the attorney stayed or?
Attorney 0.
Oh, 0.
Thank you. Sorry, I was reading
That's
what
good.
Doug
You're doing
was
good.
reading at the time.
You're fine.
so-
All right, you're fine.
So the motion I have from a combination of Mr. Yagelski and Mr. Kessler, along with my input, we have, start from the top, we have elected official department head changed from 40,202 to 29,000 even. We have computer equipment, which is a new line in here, raised to $2,000, which is 20052. Photography and blueprinting reduced from 610 to 0. Repairs to equipment 30012 reduced from 600 to 0.
you need to just back up to office supplies. I recommended that stay at the same because.
22. And yeah, the
Yeah,
amount
it's
was
staying,
322. But that was-
$322.
Yep, we didn't touch that one.
Okay.
Mileage 30018 went from 3,600 down to 1,500. Plenty training and education reduced to 0, moving that to elected official training fund. Attorney 30133 reduced to 0, and 32044 consultant reduced to 0, since that's going to be covered in the professional services in the Surveyor Corner Perpetuation Fund 271. Did I miss everything?
One more change.
One more change.
Darlene called me back. It was $1,200 for the computer, not 2,000.
Change it from.
I was going on laptop. Sorry, I didn't know the price.
That's fine.
And the last question, Mr. Auditor, let's get the exact salary so I don't have to.
So the issue is with the salary is that there's a couple parts to it. Statutorily, as not a non-licensed person, I believe it's $27,800. However, he also gets paid for corners, and it's a set fee, and that's why the salary is set at $40,000, because it's approximately another $12,000. It's statutory.
What's the set fee?
What's that?
What was the set fee?
It's regarding the corners.
How much was this? You didn't know?
I don't have the number in front of me, but that's how we had to look this up to pay him this year. So
the other previous surveyor got $40,000 plus
yes,
the
Yes.
corners. Okay. I don't see that in the budget.
no, I think it was paid for out of. I thought it was paid for out of the perpetuation fund for the other one, but I don't know 100%. I have to go take a look at the other one.
So if I keep my salary at the 27.5, if that's your number is, and it was paid out of perpetuation fund, because
I'm not 100% sure. I will have
you got paid out of some fund, so when you find it.
the 100s aren't finalized.
Okay.
I will look it up again and have you a solid answer.
All right.
Okay.
That's what that
Mr. Masherson, did you want to add something?
Before you get off this, is this 20052 for a computer or computer supplies?
Computer equipment is what was listed in one of, it's for a
Okay.
computer. Do you have it?
If it's a computer, it's 41001.
All right, and the name for that is?
400 account, and that means he has to come back and ask for that.
Okay, and the name of that is, again?
Computer,
Computer.
yep,
41101?
41001.
41001. Thank
Right.
you.
Well, here's the problem. I'm going to ask you. Listen, Ms. Lewinsky. He needs it now. This is for next year. Then I'll just.
If he needs it now, he needs to come to a
Okay,
meeting.
then, Mr. President, I'll zero that account out, and he can
scrap
come to the next meeting and ask from the council for that amount of money then.
So you'll need to ask for an additional appropriation for a computer this year.
Same thing, if you want a phone, you need to come and ask for a phone.
Okay.
Because this is next year's.
But
This will
it
cover the
goes
cost.
through the
in
commissioners first, or okay,
I'm not,
okay.
I
But
don't
you
get
need
phones.
to send us an email asking to be put on the agenda for that.
Okay, so the computer's back to zero. He's going to go in for the budget here, so this is not for 2025, 26. I will leave, that'll be the 200, make a motion for the 200 and 300 account, skip the 100 account till we, that'd be for the 200 and 300 account. We don't know what he's gonna get paid yet till they can give us a number. That's just for the 200 and 300
Cell
account.
phone in there, in the perpetuation.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Second.
Worst they can do is come
A motion by Mr. Yagowski. In a lot of partnerships. Second by Mr. Kessler. Any further discussion or questions, since I know it's clear as mud?
Could it be explained, what was the rationale for zeroing out photography and blueprinting?
Because he just downloads it, there's no cost.
There's no cost? Because it looked like in 2024, there was about $487 that was spent out of there.
I don't know who used it. This is my first meeting. I don't know. I don't know if Christine,
Guy that
Tony
does it
used
doesn't
it or
know how
what.
they
But
use
when
it.
I'm doing those is my corners. I don't know what else is doing, but that's my corners.
Okay, if you feel comfortable with it being zeroed out, then it's fine.
We can save money, so
I feel comfortable.
Okay.
All right. So I have a motion, a second, no further discussion. All in favor of approving the 2s and 3s as presented, plus changes to Surveyor 1006, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Moving on to Corner Perpetuation Fund.
It's your turn, I'm done. You got it, you got it.
Any concerns here with what's being presented?
We need to add professional services to that, the amount of, or
The other services and charges is where it's at. Do we want to change the account that's going to?
let's leave it
Correct
in
me
there.
if I'm
See
wrong,
see
that's
if
the
it covers it.
intent you had, Brett?
That was
See if
the,
it covers it, yeah.
I assume that's probably where the former surveyor was getting paid for his corners.
Right. Well, and since
And since
he's not, and we got the budget covered, that might cover that. So I'd say we see what happens.
What is other services and charges being used for presently
yeah,
Which one?
in the Surveyor Corner Perpetuation Fund?
out of there.
This is the last item, 30120.
Chance.
As of around May, there's about $7,814 that was spent out of it.
Well, since I'm new here, I'm not quite sure where, I don't think we spent anything out of it this year yet. I'm not 100% sure.
We're looking it up.
Okay.
Mr. Surveyor,
Where you put it paid out.
can we just go to, okay, 221, 20021.
They spent
You went from
7,800.
5820 to 7,070, other supplies.
Part of the work involves bringing in all kinds of additional supplies other than the markers. There's adhesive that's used to glue down the lid.
I don't understand, but you went with 5820 in the past. What is your additional, not what you're doing? What are
The
you
adopted
doing
budget was 7,070. Mark.
last year's budget?
Mark,
Not
Last year's
look at the adopted budget.
Oh, okay.
He just went with the
same.
same number.
Same number? Okay.
Yeah.
So gas and fuel, you wrote inflation. There is no increase. Inflation doesn't work that way. Fuel prices are what
right.
dictates that. So I don't see any increase in that. Tires, you do any tires on that truck?
we just bought new tires.
So we don't need that, okay? Maintenance and repairs, we don't need this $8,000 just in case.
Okay, true, yes.
So we'll keep that, so,
So what are you doing with those? Zeroing them?
no, I think if maintenance repair, just go back to the 1175.
1175.
What do you want to do with the gas, fuel, and oil?
At the same price, maintain the same price.
1345.
The gas is about the same, it's been the same for the last year and a half. Nobody's
Zeroed out the tires.
Zeroing the tires out?
And then, so then fuel is gonna stay at 1345
Yep.
What was being spent?
and major repairs is 1175.
Is that the end of your motion?
30120.
End of my motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Yagowski, second by Mr. Kessler. Any further discussion?
On the discussion, other services and charges, have you guys found clarity of what that was for? Okay.
Wait.
All right. Pause for a moment.
So I highly recommend that you guys have a meeting with your cohorts drainage board. I don't know how you guys separated. I really don't care. Politically wise, you guys need to work together. You're a team. We've always had this team come up and sat in all for the last 40 years up here. Even when Mr. Prespolinski wasn't part of this group, he set up with the team. He worked out along really well with the other groups. You're not sharing the information and you're coming here blind.
Mr. Masterson, is the drainage board sharing information freely with you when you request it from them?
No, they're not. For example, the first page of that, what I handed you, says that the surveyor, county surveyor, is supposed to do a check of drain crossings before the work is done to make sure they've secured the area to prevent erosion. And then after the work is done, I'm supposed to come back and verify that the work has been properly taken care of and cleaned up. I've gotten approximately 6 drain crossings have come through the drainage board. They have provided me with none of that information. They
I
refused to
wouldn't mind repeating that thing, and I will contact the person, the drainage board, and make the same comment. to them.
Absolutely.
I don't think this is, it's one, it's all their fault.
We should have had them, just made them all sit here at the same time.
I guess we should, because they really were supposed to.
Yeah. All right, that's all.
After all, we made all the commissioners said together.
Get a motion and
And we got
Motion
info
and
from...
second.
So I just want to give you an update. All of the amounts that are in here, they appeared, they were paid for some credit card bills from last year. They were paid for Acres Surveying Mapping, LLC, Section Corner, Charles Hendricks and Associates, that was, says Google Drive. And then it says Great Lakes Engineering, Inc., Section Corners. But looking at the date that these were paid, these look like they should have been encumbered to last year, but the bills came due in this year. So there's a little cleanup at the August meeting over everything in this fund, but that's what those payments, the $7,800, reflect.
I believe that some of the other services may be to find one of the 400 currently unlocated section corners. There's about 400 that have not been part of the regular survey to renew them. When a surveyor finds one as part of their regular work, they're compensated for the information about the location of the marker.
So just, I think that, go ahead, sorry, done. So I think that, just you guys noted that even Mr. Hendricks used outside surveyors. He did not do all the work himself.
Several of them did. Several of them did. So yeah, Jim and a lot of them did that too.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Oh, you're doing,
I'm just telling
I'm glad you, I just want to make sure that the board.
You are correct. No,
So our impression is that then there is funding in here that will cover hiring a licensed surveyor to sign off on the section corners that need to be signed off on.
What you guys just did?
39,000.
We didn't approve anything under the 106.
Your attorney, didn't he just say all that goes into one section corner fund?
Yep.
Okay, so we should be good.
So it's in there.
Should be good
So
there, because
if you need to hire somebody, that's where you pay it out of.
Yes, that's what we.
Till you run out of money.
Yeah, that's what you guys just passed. Yes, correct.
I'd recommend you contract with somebody right away.
Yes.
Yeah.
So motion and second. Discussion's good. All in favor of accepting the Surveyor Corner Perpetuation Fund with changes suggested in motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you for your assistance.
All right, so that takes us to adult probation. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. President.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's strange for me to be seeing you in person. Normally, I'm zooming in.
Well, you're wasting your 5 minutes.
I wasted my 5 minutes?
Focus on what you need to talk about.
All right, so looking at adult probation 147, we'll see that's all 100 accounts, and the request is consistent with what we had for 2025. So moving on to lit public safety, we'll see a decrease in probation officers from 167, 615 down to 160, 646. I'm assuming that is reduced
because of
seniority.
Changes of positions.
Changes of positions. Okay.
I believe
They're all 100, so.
But yeah, everything here is 100s. Moving on. Opioid restricted. All 100s.
There's an increase there, though.
Yep.
Yeah, longevity.
Multiples for longevity. That's a pretty big jump. $6,000
For opioid?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the probation salary schedule. So this individual,
It's not our schedule.
our intensive case manager, and let me see what she worked. Bear with me. Yeah, she went from the 4 to 9 year criteria, which is 58,473, to the 10 to 14 years, which is 64,321.
So this is a state.
It's a
This
state.
is not our typical
Correct.
steps. Got it.
All right.
All right. So adult probation supplement 2102. Similar requests except for a jump in program and promotions from 36,000 to 65,000.
Yes, it is.
Please explain.
Suppose you'd want to know that.
Thank you.
So,
Glad you know me that well.
Yeah. So we are starting in the next couple of months an incentives and sanctions program within the probation department. It's done throughout the state. It's part of our standards to use these as part of our evidence-based practices, where you give people incentives when they're doing good and when you sanction them when they're slipping, to try to get them back on track. So part of that process is purchasing different things, gas cards, those kinds of things, grocery cards for individuals for doing good. And additionally, we had been receiving money for our 3 problem-solving courts through a grant for incentives and sanctions, and we were advised 2 months ago that we can no longer use it for incentives and sanctions. So that program will have to transfer into this as well.
Okay.
How about if the council's really good, we get gas cards too?
You what?
We get gas cards too if we're really good.
Only if you do well.
We are never good.
We failed. All right. Now, understanding that this is state grant funding?
The 2102? No, that's probation user fees.
That's user fees, but it's all your money as it is.
Right.
And it's sitting at 700,000?
739.
739.
About right.
And then some.
All right, so this is the only account in which they've got lost a councilman. And being that this is the only account that's got 2s and 3s, I'll entertain a motion.
To approve as presented.
Motion to approve as presented by Mr. Novak, seconded by Mr. Kessler. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? If there was one, he walked out of the hall.
That's it?
I think that's a yay when he walks out.
Exactly.
So he might have to
Absolutely. Yeah.
retroactive his day.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that's it. I think we're going to be talking about 100 accounts in the future at some point, so you'll be notified of that. And
sounds good.
Otherwise, you're free to go.
Is your meeting next Monday or the following?
Monday.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
103. We only got 8 in.
Well, we don't have animal controllers here, right?
Yep.
There it is. Let's get the short discussions done quickly. So, wouldn't mind having the animal shelter come up real quick. Just get the short ones out. What number?
156.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, we proxied in a nay on the last one.
It was their own account.
Fair enough.
So you would have said yay anyways.
Yay. All right. So, hi there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tegabine, Interim Director for LaPorte County Animal Shelter.
Thank you for being here. All right, so I guess if you caught, I don't know how long you've been sitting there, we were talking mostly 200 and 300 accounts. If we look here, looks like you've got an increase in other supplies, or excuse me, office supplies, from 270 up to 1483, but it looks like you've well exceeded 270 already this year. What's driving that?
That's a great question.
I understand. The interim part of your title makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, this is technically 4th day, and
Oh, wow.
2 of them were the weekend, so.
All right, so I'll leave it to the rest of the council. Any concerns that you're seeing here, given the fact that the organizational changes and various other changes going on in the animal shelter?
May I?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I yield to.
I would start off with the food. Why'd we drop that from 4,500 to 1,000?
I was under the impression that we were actually asking to increase it by 1,000.
Okay, so you actually wanted to go up to 5,500 then, from 4,500?
Correct.
And then gas and, you've already spent $6,300.
Yeah,
so that's
correct.
an easy-
Okay. And, well, vet and hospital. Right now, we're only at 1193.
You on the second page?
Well, remember vet and hospital, we just reopened
True.
clinic. So,
Is this for in-house vet and hospital, or is this for outsource?
So right now we're doing very few in-house surgeries, so they're all off-site.
we are still doing them offsite. Okay.
So is that 6993 gonna cover us through the? Well, this is next year, so, I mean, obviously for this year, if you gotta come back, you gotta come back.
Right.
All right.
I am. We're trying our best to
Right.
make it.
And just in keeping it as nice as possible, animal removal, I get the gist of it, but you haven't had to spend that this year yet? Is that, but they spent all of it last year.
I believe there were a lot more euthanasias last year than there are this year.
The service.
Yeah.
Connie, I thought we were up on our last board meeting. We said we were actually up, weren't we? We may not
Just for that quarter.
for that quarter. Okay.
Yeah. So
And
we're still
the
doing
way
good
Darling,
for the
if
year,
they use
but-
Darling, I'm not sure who they use.
Yeah,
If they use Darling, it takes a minute.
I get it.
Billings are long.
Billing's not that great.
Yeah.
All right.
And whoever they use, I'm guessing it's probably going to take a minute, but
And you're gonna, obviously, employee education and training, that's something,
Yeah, I actually would like to implement more of that, especially for the animal control officers. Right now, the training is very limited, but we want to make sure that they are getting actually certified online with different programs.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve with the changes that we, increasing the food to 5,500.
Is that the end of your motion?
That's the end of my motion, then I'm gonna have a discussion.
All right, so motion by Mr. Novak, including a change to food from 1,050 to 5,500. Do I have a second?
second.
Second by Mr. Kessler. Discussion.
So on discussion, and this is something that Brett and I have talked about. I used to be on there, he's on there now, and it's been a long time, but the need to separate animal control from the adoption center. And when I say separate it, I don't mean we're gonna put a wall up between the middle of the building, we're gonna do it. But we need a person that focuses on adoptions and a person that focuses on the animal control, maybe running the kennels and doing things like that. Is that something that you see, or you're like, I'm good with everything, I don't need?
So I actually come from a much larger shelter, Indianapolis Animal Care Services, and the departments, I mean, we had managers, but everything was controlled by one head.
It can stay under one head, but we just need a person that's job is to focus on maybe the adoptions and handle that and take that off. Because it seems like you're spinning a lot of plates out there. You know what I mean?
I believe if we're fully staffed, then I have enough staff to cover those areas. I definitely think it's doable with the staff.
And where are you at with staffing right now?
So I have, including myself, 2 full-time employees and 4 part-time employees.
Yep.
And you think you can do, because right now we have a contracted person, and you think you could eliminate that and absorb all that duties that they're doing right now?
I believe that the adoption side of things could be handled by the part-time employees.
In-house, but with no increase in your, I mean, that's what we're kind of looking at. What do you need to make it work? Because you're not, we seem to be struggling
Can I
last
speak
few
as a
years.
board member?
Absolutely.
So one of the things that
No,
me
you're
and
fine.
Brooke
Thank you
talked
for doing
about
the
was
handshake.
I
don't think that the center,
Yeah.
I don't think that the center knew what the maximum pay was that on a part-time that they could pay. So we were paying very minimal. And so I think that there was a large turnover because they were paying such a low amount.
They're almost at the minimum.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're going to, we've discussed it. She's going to go ahead and she's going to raise that amount and she's going to work on that. Another thing is currently there are 3 part-time kennel staff members. And maybe if we could convert that into 1 full-time, we would probably have a better chance of getting somebody to stay in that position. So, and we do have somebody right now at the center that would be willing to take that position of kennel full-time. And so that would help her out. That would bring her up to 3 staff members right away. And like I said, just raising the amounts on a lot of the part-timers would definitely be able to get us some more part-timers into those positions and help her out.
What is the current part-time salary or hourly pay?
$14.30. That's the minimal that they're paying right now, and we could pay, obviously, because we passed this back in 21 to $16.50 being the maximum for part-time.
I asked because I was looking at the salary ordinance because I had it up from earlier, and it's listed in the salary ordinance as $14.50 hourly.
Well, we have people at the center at $14.30.
We might want to check into that.
The standard is from, I forgot what it was, but it's like from 12 to 16.50 is the range.
13.
Or whatever. Yeah,
$13.75.
there should be a range. That might have been copied off of something else, but we'll be updating the salary ordinance hopefully August.
Okay.
Because there's been a few changes.
The thing I'm saying is let me put it this way. I'm very open. If there's things that you see that need to be changed or to make it work better, like take 2 part-time, taking 2 of those, making 1 full-time, just come back. We encourage you to come back and talk to us and share with us if you need help so that, we make this work.
Mr. Otter?
I just also like to help out. You said there's only 2 full-time at this point?
Her and one other.
And what is that other person's title?
Animal control officer.
Animal control officer. Okay.
I didn't see it on the.
I don't see it as that. I think we may have that as a chief deputy. Maybe, I don't know.
Is that a shelter officer, maybe?
Or shelter officer. But that means that the kennel attendant position is open, and therefore all she needs to do is come to you to ask you permission to do that, to fill it.
Yep.
So then we can do that at the very next
I think
meeting.
they already have permission.
So we have permission for 2 of the shelter officers.
Okay, so then-
1 has been filled, 1 still needs to be filled.
Well, then the kennel attendant.
The kennel attendant is the one that, because we said that we weren't going to be discussing 100 accounts, and so we didn't want to ask at this one. And in all fairness, she's only been in her position for 4 days. So,
That's no excuse.
Be nice.
but like she said, I mean, she's coming from Indianapolis. I mean, in a much bigger setting, a much, servicing many more animals than what we service here. And I think given the chance, she'll do really well.
Okay.
So if you have the opening, that means that it could be filled, if it's been approved, so.
No, right, that can be filled, but the kennel will come at a later date when you discuss the 100s to see if we can get that,
Well, if it's open, you can send a request now at its current rate, right?
So for the kennel, right now, I think we have so they're part-time positions, and I think that we have the ability to hire up to 3. And so what she will be asking, or the board, is that instead of having 3 of those positions, we currently have 1 person that would be willing to do it full-time and take the position now. But again, we have to come in, we have to ask for that first.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to clarify your positions at some time because what
Offline
written
from here.
here is,
Yeah.
some other time.
All right. Okay, so I have a motion and a second on the floor to accept the budget as presented minus the change from food from $1,050 to $5,500. Any further discussion? With that, I ask for all in favor to signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Thank you. Welcome, board.
Thank you.
All right, let's move to the treasurer.
103.
We asked HR, you and.
I want a treasurer. What I'm taking on.
147.
215.
147.
All right, sorry for the delay. So looking at 200 and 300 accounts, office supplies, the $3,500 budget, you're currently, it looks like you're probably a little bit past halfway with what you expended. It says $1,750 at the moment, but that was through May, so you're probably a little beyond that. Any reason for the significant increase?
Mainly because we need to buy some bigger. The copier in the office is going bad to BizHub, so that might be a 400, but this is the only one we have on our budget.
Okay.
That's like $7,000. I got a quote from Kemp's on it.
Mr. President, did you go to Darlene, through Darlene? We're supposed to go back up.
Yeah, she said to talk with Kemp's and get a price on it, and it's you know, and also we're told to build in what we think we're going to need, and that's exactly what I did.
No, exactly.
Has it been breaking down? Is it working now? Or?
The part that pulls in the papers going bad. It's 13 years old.
Okay.
So then you can't get parts for it anymore.
Okay.
So.
All right. Thank you.
That's fair. It's more appropriate that we look at this by reducing this by, do you have a price from Kemp's?
Yes.
And it's approximately?
Right around 7,000, like 6750.
6750. So if we were to take $7,000 out of this and move that to a 400 account?
No, I think you go down to zero, or down to the number you had from last year, and he asked for it at the next council meeting.
Okay. That's fair.
If it's broken down.
If it's broke down, it's broke down.
Yeah.
It's gotta be 6 months before you get to get it. I mean,
they're usually a little bit faster than that.
Yeah, but who knows? But I'm just saying that I would suggest doing that, in my opinion. But
okay. Yeah, so if we dropped that to 3,500, is that going to get you what you need?
I would probably say like 4, because everything's going to cost more next year anyway.
So 35. We don't go with everything's going to cost more.
Just being realistic. 4,000 would probably cover our normal office stuff.
Dues went up.
Yeah, that's what they said in their email, that they're raising dues on the AIC, I think so.
Don't we pay AIC out of, what's that?
They don't pay AIC.
You don't pay AIC. AIC is paid out of some other account.
You must have some sort of dues, because there's $375 that's been spent the last couple of years, it looks like. Do you know what the dues are? That's
Around 375, I would say. It's based on like 2% of his salary or something.
Right, and that was the AIC dues, and they're raising it, so.
So we'll leave that at 500. What's the increase in mileage for?
For mileage and training.
you've used 0 so far this year.
And 244 last year?
He's also a constitutional position, so it's paid by the elected officials fund. That's why it's 0.
Oh, that's why it's, oh.
But in the prior year, I don't know why there was 244 in the prior year.
Okay, so any concerns if we're moving that to elected officials training fund?
Well, as long as it's easily accessed, which it's not, so.
It's not?
No.
You don't get along with the recorder?
I get along with the recorder pretty good, yeah.
It comes from the commissioners. It doesn't
Right.
come from the,
Yeah, but it comes out of there. The funding comes out of there.
when he goes to a conference, it's just like anybody else. You got to get your
Right.
paper signed by the commissioners to go, and then you submit all your documentation to the commissioners and gets paid.
And then you get reimbursed out of the recorder.
It's mileage.
Right.
You just pay it from the mileage fund.
I recommend that stay at 300.
Any other discussion regarding 2s and 3s right now?
You mind if I have just one discussion on 100?
Absolutely.
100 account?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I think that we need to reconsider the chief deputy positions. The positions were set up for the last 20 years I know of, one in Michigan City, one in...
Those are first deputies, not chief deputy.
First deputies. One in Michigan City, one in LaPorte. We have a person that you said was not qualified, who's in charge of Michigan City. I don't know why we have not put the person that's supposed to go to Michigan City in Michigan City.
I don't think so. I think it's 2.
But if you don't if you don't want to put them over there, we don't need to pay for that job.
Well, you're not paying for that job now.
The job is required to be separate job. So you have 2 people in in LaPorte now. You have nobody in Michigan City.
We have 2 people in Michigan City.
What are those positions?
You have a second deputy and a...
There's supposed to be a first deputy. Supposed to be our agreement to have Michigan City is supposed to be first deputies. So I want a first deputy in Michigan City. I want a first deputy in LaPorte. If you can't do it, I'm going to ask to take this job away.
Chief deputy in LaPorte.
Yes. So these positions need to be filled where they're supposed to be filled, just because I don't want to go is not a good answer. So
I don't know if you come up with I don't want to go.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't want to do it, it's fine with me. I'll just ask to take the jobs away. You decide what you want to do. But you're supposed to keep a guy in Michigan, a woman or guy in Michigan City, one in LaPorte, in those positions. So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'll ask to remove the jobs. I don't have a problem with that. That'll save us all kinds of money. So let's make sure it happens, please.
How many clerks do you have?
We have
3.
Yeah.
3? Well, one's a bookkeeper, I believe.
One's a what?
They call it a bookkeeper clerk. It's basically the same thing.
And one's in Michigan City?
Yep. 2 are in LaPorte.
So you have how many total employees that work in Michigan City? 2.
It's a second deputy and a bookkeeper.
And
then here we have our first deputy, the 2 of us. We have a second deputy, and we have a clerk.
Yeah.
Guys,
The staff was the same.
right. Just seems you're awfully top-heavy in LaPorte. That just awful lot of deputies, first deputies, and second deputies all sitting around a group of desks. So, just saying.
All right. Any further discussion? Bring it up later. Since 100 count?
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve with office supplies at $3,500, dues at $500, and mileage at $300. So basically, it's 2025 adopted for those items, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Yep. There's only 4. Yep.
Motion by Mr. Novak to approve 2026 to the 2025 adopted for 2s and 3s. Do I have a second?
So there was an increase.
What?
10130.
It's a 100, so we're not counting those.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
We're not doing those.
Gotcha.
Right now, so.
All right. So motion by Mr. Novak for 25 adopted to be 26. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Pressel. Any further discussion?
One real quick one. How is your printing OT office at 0 for 20 when you have a $25,000 request?
Because the bill for the taxes haven't went through yet.
Last year, the tax, it only cost $17,000.
Yeah, this one's.
The
Yeah, this
budget's
one's right around
25,000?
almost 20,000, 19 something, I think.
Thank you.
You said, say that again. I'm sorry. I have.
This year's bill is like 19,000 some odd dollars that come in, so.
Okay.
It'll be under the 25.
Okay.
Thank you. Could have probably
May I-
cut 25.
May I add something? That also includes postage?
No,
And
it does not.
I thought you were a cut separate check for postage out of there.
Postage comes out of the commissioner's fund.
And it was already paid.
It was? My apologies.
Yeah, they don't have
I thought there was a little
postage.
confusion.
They don't have
There was,
postage.
the confusion was that we originally had the postage under this, and then we didn't adjust.
Now I got it. Now I got the connection, why I was thinking about it. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. So a motion and a second. Discussion? None. With that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
5-2. You got the names?
Yes.
Okay.
It was
He doesn't have any kind of a fund, does he?
No, that's it. That's all he's got. All right, thank you.
Spencer, can we take just one quick break?
Yeah.
Can you
want a break?
Schedule. Yeah.
All right.
They came up. Oh, anyway.
If we had a schedule, it's up to you.
You can do whatever you want.
I didn't get to go last week. Yeah,
All right.
I got interrupted.
All right. Take a 5-minute quick break. Annie, if you would.
That's 2 minutes.
I know.
Thank you.
I'm not going to make it.
You might as well come on forward.
You, please.
Oh, okay.
All right. We got 4.5 minutes.
All right. So, what do we got for number? 162.
162. All in favor?
Aye. Hey, my meeting. All right, let's start with, make sure my mic's on. 2s and 300s. Office supplies up 200, but right now you've only got about 600 expended.
You haven't spent, oh, never mind. I'm looking at subscription.
Any reason for the increase?
Well, cost of folders, file folders.
Well, it just looks like you're not on track to even spend what you have.
Oh, we are.
Okay. All right. Dues, you've got 750. You didn't expend any in 2024. You haven't expended any in 2025. Is there any dues that you actually have?
We do. We have SHRM dues, and with my new HR assistant being having her SHRM PHR, she had with there's monthly dues. Not monthly dues, yearly dues due for that.
Did you pay them out of something else? Did you?
No, it hasn't come up yet. No,
Okay, all right.
it's not due yet.
So we need to leave that there.
Yes, if you can, please.
Okay. Now, do you currently have the same accreditation?
I do not. I do not have a PHR, but I am currently working on getting that.
Okay. Got it. Subscriptions. 2024, you spent call it $1,100 to an $1,800 budget. You have an $1,800 budget this year, but you spent none, and you're asking for an increase. Is that? You didn't spend any so far this year, and you only spent a little over half of 2024. Can you get away with 1,500?
Yes, I can. That's fine.
All right.
Good answer.
All right. Employee education and training. 0 expended so far this year, and the previous year was 1,700.
We have a conference next month, which I usually go to every August. So usually after August, it's like $1,500 for both of us. So that'll be expended.
Since there's 2 of you now doing it.
Okay. Professional services, looks like you're on track to at least spend 2/3 of it. Advertising, we've got 500 spent out of $5,000. You expect to come close to that 5,000 this year
We can take that down to 2,500.
for next year?
Yes.
Okay.
You spent,
I'm noticing you did spend almost all of it in
you
2024.
spent almost all of it last
We
year.
had to transfer funds last year.
Oh, so it was expended somewhere else?
Yes.
Drug testing being moved down to 0. Do we not do drug testing now?
That's why I didn't see that. That's why, yeah.
So we're going to leave that at 10,000? I was
please.
going to say you spent.
Yeah, let's continue drug testing, folks, please.
Yes, because we're now going to,
At least if we do.
I was kind of surprised.
Tell everybody. Candidates if we quit.
we're drug
Well,
testing.
this is public record already, right?
We're going to start having randoms for our JSC and our EMS department. So,
Okay, just stop me if I'm getting into anywhere where I shouldn't, right? Is there a reason why we're selecting departments? It makes sense
no,
to me.
I'm not selecting. These were requests by the department heads.
I understand that, so it's requested by the department heads, but does it put us in harm's way as an organization for the county?
Usually, like emergency services and people that drive county vehicles are subject to that. Fire department, it was police department, they're regularly tested.
Okay.
Well, when I was sheriff, they always did that.
The sheriff is still on our list. The sheriff and the highway
Okay.
department are currently still randomly selected.
They still have
Just you, Mike.
They still have the random then?
Yes, we still do.
Okay, I was told it was taken away, but
No, we still do it. It's just
okay.
On the QT.
few far
Okay.
between.
So we've talked through all of the 2s and 3s. Does anybody have any further discussion on 2 and 300 accounts? Any other discussion overall?
Make a motion on the 2s and 3s for office supplies to remain at 3,000, subscriptions to go to 1,500, advertising to go to 2,500, and drug testing to be the $10,000.
When you say the remain at 3,000, you're talking about carrying over from 3,000, drop
They
3,200 to 3,000.
Correct, they asked for, yeah. Kept it what it was last year.
All right, so a motion by Mr. Novak. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Keel. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving the 2s and 3s as amended by Mr. Novak, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Hey, Mr. President, Asking if I could ask if you could bring up surveyor number 106 for a quick amendment.
I think we're done with them.
Oh, that's right. I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be talking 100s at another
You
day.
got them scared. She's going, wow.
She's like 106. What 106 do?
I got to answer questions for this.
Yeah, you're on hook.
Thank you, thank you. No,
you.
I'm not. No. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Yagowski.
106 surveyor. So there's a phone that's available for, because you can tell that this will be a full phone he can still use, an iPhone, but it'll have it has some limitations on it. So it's a free phone. So we pay $40 a month. So he only needs like $480 for the phone, not the $1,000. So I'd like to reduce that to $500 on the phone.
All right.
30109.
30109 from 1,000 to
Got a
500.
question?
Hi, Darlene.
Just, the phone is ordered, it's coming in. We talked about that. It was a free phone.
Turn the mic on or talk into it.
Okay, so it was a free phone. If you guys are wanting him to have it now, then, I'll just.
Gotta go to commissioners first.
Yeah.
We can't, yeah.
And then, so they'll have to cover it for this year. But the bill runs around 48 something a month. I can't give you an exact price.
Okay, you said
So don't
40,
cut
but
it
okay,
too
hang on.
low. Just enough for him.
50, that's 600. That's
Yep,
600.
576.
6?
600 then.
Yeah.
So knock $400 off.
Is that a motion?
Motion.
Second.
And then, Brett, you second it, so we're gonna have the same people do the same thing, amend it?
Yep.
So,
I'll yield to my colleague.
Thank you for yielding.
all right. So,
I'll second it.
motion and a second to amend the mobile phone from 1,000 to 600. Any discussion? With that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You'll send him an email.
Just texted him. Yep, so he's up to speed on it.
All right. So, what's everybody's schedule at 5 p.m. on the 28th, the day of our council meeting?
Free and clear.
We're not gonna be able to update everything for you by then.
So what?
I don't know what you want to talk about that night. So, because we have a conference next week.
You're gonna have to give us till August.
Okay.
Were you thinking like a specific department
Is
or
there,
something?
is there, well, there's a couple of things that we've got to look at, right? So right now we've got to talk as in terms of workshops, what we have in terms of revenue numbers once we meet tomorrow with State Board of Accounts.
If you want to talk about revenue numbers, that's going to be thin, but let's find out. Let's find out tomorrow at the 1 o'clock.
Recording in progress.
Baker Tilly coming back in July?
We're having a conversation based upon the numbers that they supplied to us, and then from there we'll know whether they'll be there at the 28th. So if you're thinking about possibly having them at 5 o'clock on the 28th, that's a different story,
You know what I mean?
and may not be a bad one.
There's stuff we can talk about.
Because there's definitely stuff that you could talk about there, because you have to consider if you're going to do the wheel tax, and you have to consider if you want to, because time is running out for your notices and hearings.
Especially if we take it up.
Because you have to have it done by 10/1.
But if we, any kind of lit, we're gonna have to, and be in by.
So
just for numbers' sake, folks, as we're looking at it right now, last year, in 2025, according to what I have, we adopted 55,020,686. As it stands right now, without adjusting any of the 100 accounts, we're at 55,296,202. So we're $276,000 above where we were last year. We still have some maximum levy growth quotient for 26 that we're allowed, but that's it. But then it starts dropping off in 27 and 28. So we got to think long game, even though we have short game dividends.
You guys can vote no with me next year.
Right?
It was the next meeting, we're going
I put you in shock earlier when I did.
Next meeting, we're going to meet a little earlier.
Well, and that's what we're trying to figure out right now in terms of, let's anticipate it.
Or November.
Can we have a meeting with the commissioner?
set up the
about
workshop
employee
for the 28th.
Exec session.
Which employee we talk? One of the previous departments we talked about? We're still on a meeting.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that at another point.
So 5 o'clock, the 28th. If we have to, we'll talk 100 accounts if they're not ready.
The 28th of this next month?
Yes.
I'm sure there's plenty
Right
this
from
month.
Okay.
right from our meeting.
We'll do something on the budget this month.
Yep.
We'll put out notice, and then we have
And
to
if-
notify them.
And if for some reason, Baker Tilly's ready,
They might be, and we'll know better tomorrow.
And you're going to.
Can't speak for them.
Just to reiterate, he's going to double check the wheel tax to see if Baker Tilly's, that's something they're covering. And
That was part of the initial discussion, so yes.
Carl Sender.
But Carl
crunched the
Sender did the
numbers already,
calculations,
but,
so,
yeah.
and they have them.
Okay, we can
I was not
verify
holding
the
back
two
information
between
from
them.
that.
So we have penciled in a meeting for 5 o'clock.
Pencil in a meeting for the 28th at 5 PM. All right, any other things worth noting? Afterwards. Anything else we want to discuss as part of the meeting?
If you need us to take the books, we'll take them back on a cart, so just leave them, or put them up on the
Any
top.
departments that were supposed to be getting back to us that we could do on Monday?
We could have assessor if they get straightened out this week with them.
We're out of
Do we need to bring back JSC? Didn't they have some lingering issues?
He sent an email.
Who?
Did JSC, Dion?
He did, he sent us an email.
Something. I gotta take a look at it.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
That might be part of what we do. no
Mike,
matter
the
what.
ones that,
We're moving forward.
Adam will get a hold of you, and there might be a couple that we can,
Well, yeah, we could take care of the assessor, we might be able to, there's building maintenance, we should be able to have ready for that night too.
Yep.
So commissioners, I don't know if we will or not, because I have to look at the insurance, and with meetings all day tomorrow, and I have to be in Indy personally on Thursday,
Okay.
so I'm not taking any, vehicles or anything.
motion to recess.
Motion to recess. Do I have a second?
So moved.
All right. All in favor of recess? Aye. Thank you.
Suppose.